activities starting. But I think now we have come to a point where we can now start full swing. We had a nice CEO, of course, senior leader, an elderly person. He's now retired. Yes, we got a young one, a young CEO. She's 33. Eh? Yes.
And it's a she.
Yeah. Good. Very bright young lady. Of course, I was not part of the interview, but those who did the interview were quite impressed with this young lady. She's going to be the CEO, and then we have another two ladies. We have one senior retired doctor who is going to take care of maternal and child health. But we also have another young lady who is 35. Yes. 38. And 38, who is now going to take up the docket of adolescent and youth. So they are all women. But they've been appointed on the basis of their competence. Yeah. On their competence, so that's where. Yeah. So we think we are now going to begin with, but we've already been working on a number of programs, a number of initiatives, both for women and children. We've been doing meetings. But I think now, after getting this young team, this team of the CEO and the program managers, I think you'll hear us a lot now.
Okay, fantastic, and we can't wait to hear you. Asante Mheshimiwa. Now, maybe my request there is if we could then use that platform to start talking about local fundraising, homegrown philanthropy, because I think that's also something that's on our docket. But I won't go there now, or unless you have a thought.
Of course, one of the tasks that we have given to this team of young, of this team, bright ladies, is to work with the board now to look for funds. Of course, we have friends who have already made us contribution. They give us some money. A number of them are outside. But we're also looking at working on modalities of raising funds. There are already people who are ready to contribute, and we are working on that.
Okay. I know at TCDC we're very much interested in this area. Kwa sababu we're saying definitely from the West it's streaming in slowly. If not in Tanzania, at least on the continent, who can we begin to mobilize around this conversation, around teaching it? No, but then we partner with institutions like you, pilot things, experiment, go out, and then see how it works. And then from there, we now develop courses in around models and how it should be done in Africa for Africans. Like
you have made my day.
I made a day. Ivan, when you go give him his letter of being a patron, make sure that's also on the agenda of discussion. Lakini, I think my final one, kwa kweli, do you have a role model? And if you do, ni nani na kwa nini?
Well, of course, Julius Nyerere is one of them. I've been an admirer of him when I was in school. But I've had an opportunity of working with him, or rather working for him. I cannot say working with him. In my days when I was a young officer at the party, one of the recorders, I've attended many of his meetings. I have seen him at work. I've seen him when he takes decisions, taking up issues. So to me, there is no model that compares to him. Of course, there are so many other people that I have worked with who have been my models somehow. I worked with Charles Kileo when I was assistant secretary, and he was the regional commissioner in Singida. He was my boss. There are things that I learned from him. There are people that I've worked with in the military. There are so many things that I've learned. I cannot have only one, but there are things that I worked with. I worked with Pius Msekwa when he was my boss. So there are a number of people that I've come across in life whom I've met. Of course, and then of course, now of course, after becoming president, I've been foreign minister, there are people I met who have had a huge impression in me. And of course, they shaped my thinking. They shaped my thinking. It made me say, oh, I think this is something I've learned from this man. Let me keep it on record.
Wow.
So these are some of those. To me, a model is a person who teaches you something. Who, from him or her, you learn something useful, and you want to emulate the example or make use of the experience or the examples that you have learned from him. To me, this defines the model. So, but nobody compares to Julius Nyerere, but I have so many other models for the specific areas, specific tasks. Some of them are my contemporaries of my same age, because there are people in your age group that you admire.
Yes.
There are people in my age group who have been exceptional. You say, and you always, because naturally, some people, when you have somebody within your age group who is excelling, and some of the natural things is kuona wivu. You feel jealousy. But to me, I've never had that. To me, there are people within my age group who I've always admired. I've admired the way they write. I've been copying their handwriting and so on. So, yeah. Badala kuona wivu, jifunze tu. Even amongst yourselves, there are some people who are doing things better. Instead of you feeling jealousy and working towards pulling him down or pulling him or her down. And then you should just try to emulate the examples.
Yes.
My experience, my mama, in leadership. What I learned about, not everybody, but wanawake hampendani sana.
I reject. That's a narrative that's been stuck on us, and I'm rejecting it, Mheshimiwa. Rejecting it. Hapana, tunapendana. Kabisa tunapendana. Mnataka kushift narrative ili tudhanie hatupendani, lakini tunapendana.
Listen from me.
Okay, I'm listening.
Listen from experience. Listen from experience. You may wish it were that way.
No. Rejecting.
Lakini I have seen. I've seen in my positions of leadership, the people who talk a lot ill about others will be their women. Na kuanza kufikiria kama amefika hapa alilala na nani. Uchukia tu, lakini I won't tell you the truth. There will be discussion about kalala na nani, rafiki yake ni nani. You don't see a lot of that kwa wanaume. No. Lakini nasema hivi, it is something that you have. Nyinyi wanawake mkitaka progress, la kwanza, adui wenu wa kwanza ni nyinyi wenyewe. Sikiliza.
My moderation is becoming very difficult now.
No. You should also be ready to.
Yes.
You should also be ready to listen to the things that you don't like to listen.
I am.
Unasikia?
Nakusikia.
Sisi katika CCM, our biggest strength is the support from women. But when I was president, I was taking deliberate measures to nominate women to be candidates. But they always lose elections. Those very women ambao ungewategemea kwamba watakwenda kumsupport mwanamke mwenzao, they vote for a man. If you want to deny that truth, fine. Sasa
No comment, Mheshimiwa.
ndio maana katika wingi wenu nyinyi mngekuwa where we have women candidates wangekuwa na shinda. Lakini wakati mwingine kwani apate bwana. So but you have to come out of that. These are some of the things that you have to sit down and discuss. How do you mobilize women to support women?
I hear you.
If you can succeed in that, you'll take over the leadership.
Amen. I agree with that.
Okay, thank you.
But I don't agree with the fundamental reason. I think there's so much in our culture and heritage that gives us those perceptions. But but we're going to leave it there, Mheshimiwa. I am accepting to get a different opinion as I sit here. Lakini hiyo ndio ilikuwa ya swali la mwisho.
In life, ndio nataka kufundisha pia ujifunze in life.
Asante.
Uwe tayari kusikiliza
mawazo mbadala,
mawazo tofauti na yako.
Amina.
Kwa sababu wakati mwingine mawazo tofauti na yako unaweza huyapendi.
Yeah.
Lakini hebu just sit down na utafute ule ukweli. Ndio maana mimi nimekufikisha mpaka kwenye hiyo sasa ya uchaguzi.
Asante.
Ili uanze kujua kwamba there is something somewhere that women need to do better.
Okay. Asante.
You have numerical strength that you have not yet utilized.
Asante. Asante Mheshimiwa. Round of applause for Mheshimiwa jamani. Asante mno. Asante sana. Asante.
Okay.
Yes. Asante. Fantastic. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Amazing. Mheshimiwa, asante sana. Personally, I've come to the end of my questions. Nilikuwa nataka kualika the people who won the social media challenge ili wapige picha na wewe. There will be no questions. And then I also wanted to take some preferential treatment for watoto wajukuu ambao sasa nahisi watakuwa wajukuu wako. Kama wapo wapige picha na wewe. But I'm also giving you... Wapo. Naona wamekusanywa hapa.
No, niliona walikaa mahali fulani.
Wengine wako huku.
Okay.
Lakini
so
I'm also giving you the discretion, Mheshimiwa. Mimi nimemaliza. Lakini there are people hungry to ask you questions, wananitumia messages sijauliza any of them. So kindly now. Okay, moja ni hivi tuseme tu kwamba how long are we staying here? No, you help us way down.
No. Nyinyi ndio wenye ratiba yenu. No, because you can decide on how many questions you can ask.
Abella will moderate this. Can we say max? Okay. Tunaomba watoto wapige picha wakalale, alafu ndo tutaendelea.
Wale wakubwa kabisa wale. Yeah, these are the most senior people. Hey, how are you? You are. Oh, safi. Simameni hapa nyuma wengine. Yes. Unaitwa nani? What's your name? Oh, mlete. Sawa. Tayari. Usi. Don't lecture. The only one who has the right to lecture is me. The rest of you guys ask questions. Oh, gives very brief ideas. Maraba.
Bunge lilipitisha sheria namba 12 ya mwaka 2015 ya kuanzishwa kwa baraza la vijana Tanzania na wewe uliisaini. Lakini mpaka leo hatuna baraza la vijana Tanzania. Kama mheshimiwa rais ambaye umetoka madarakani, una mtazamo gani na baraza la vijana Tanzania? Asante.
Kwa sababu sikuja na notebook ya kuandika, nitayaji moja kwa moja tu. Sasa baraza la vijana 2015 ndio wakati naondoka. Nilichofanya ni kuwatengenezeni mechanism. Mimi nadhani nataka niwaulize nyewe vijana baada ya kuniuliza mimi. Lile baraza nililowatengenezea kisheria liko wapi? Hilo nishajibu hilo. Wa pili Maraba. Msihangaike na kutoa shikamo, umetosha. Nenda wale kwenye sawa wote nyinyi mshawapa shikamo marahaba wote. Yes.
In most cases, we find that the people who need to pass the policy that would allow us to do the things we want to do, the pace does not move as fast as we're moving. And one of the things that happens is we end up getting discouraged. Some end up moving into private sector. Others end up giving up in the way. Now, what are the things that you have in your experience that we can do to make sure that we keep the fire burning, regardless the number of challenges we face, especially from those people that we look up to really push the change that we're trying to push?
One thing I would like young people to know is that you must be interested in being present in every aspect of human life. Even in the private sector, we need young people. Because you were saying, because we end up in the private sector. In the private sector also, we need young people. And go there. Go into the banking sector, in leadership of a number of enterprises. There are young people there who are in office now, which always impresses me. Of course, you're not very much present in the decision-making processes. One, you have to come forward to volunteer because, in political leadership, if it is elective positions, you have to come forward. And that is where I'm saying you have to get organized. Because a lot of the voters are young people. Why are young people not being elected? Mimi nilipogombea 1995 first time. Tulishinda pale kwenye ule mkutano mkuu wa CCM ule. Kwa sababu wapiga kura wengi ni vijana. Hey, first round. So you have to organize and mobilize your base. You know, if you don't mobilize your base to support each other, don't expect wazee sisi wa miaka 70 tuje tukusaidie. So I remember when we went in the first time, 1995, we mobilized that youth base pale kwenye ule mkutano. Wazee wale, they did not know what hit them. Walipokuja kugundua baadaye wakaona So you have to find ways of mobilizing your base. And on this one, don't wait for wazee kuwasaidieni kuimobilize. And you are better off now. You have a lot of means for mobilization. Sisi wenzenu hatukuwa nayo na social media. We not have it. Lakini without the social media, we just created wonderful networks that were quite strong. Of course, you need systems that are also friendly to be able to take deliberate action to bring young people up. That's why I can talk from experience from our party. When our party decided that in the National Executive Committee of CCM, and to all levels, we must have robust youth representation. When we had 90 seats, of the 90 seats, we started with 5 for youth. Then the number was increased to 10. So that's how I first joined the National Executive Committee. I joined the National Executive Committee of CCM, the highest policy-making body of the party, through the youth. The 5 seats they allocated for youth. That's why I contested this seat, and I won. Then we increased the number. When I was chairman, we increased the number to 10. So you need this kind of support. That those of us who are in leadership have to help the young people, but young people have to get organized to advance themselves, to help themselves to advance themselves. So in the special seats for women, there are specific seats for young women. Ndio wameingia wengi wa vijana, wasichana vijana wamo mle. So one, you have to organize, you have to network, you have to support each other. Of course, you also need the support of the elders. Mimi nilipokuwa rais, kwenye district commissioners niteua sana vijana district commissioner, regional commissioners, vijana wadogo tu. And nilipowateua kama kina Shigera wale, niwaambia kina Shigera na poe hata au nani Mlisho Gambo, poteua kwa wakuu wa wilaya, nikamwambia nawapeni nyinyi kama wakuu wa wilaya kama vijana, and your challenge is to prove that young people can be trusted. Because you guys are representing your age group. Mkienda kule sasa mnafanya mambo ya ovyo ovyo, ujana unakuwa mwingi zaidi, unakuwa matatizo. Hata Makonda ni mtewa mimi kwa mkuu wa wilaya alipomaliza chuo kikuu. Sasa I trusted these young people. Niliwateua vijana wakati mwingine kuna tutewa, nadhani baadhi wao kwa wasichana wadogo wanasema hao mamodel wa rais. It's just a joke. Lakini sio kama mablo kwa mama, lakini those of us in leadership should take deliberate action kuwachukua vijana, give them positions of leadership. You learn when you get an opportunity. Give them an opportunity to learn. That's how they build experience. Usitafute experience, hawana experience. Namkumbuka Shigera na Halima na nani mwingine watatu, nani Erasto Sima huyu. I took them from university. I had working a lot with young people in the university. I appointed them. I said, you guys, I'm going to make you district commissioners. And then kulikuwa na William Kapenchama. There were a number of them. Lakini hata kwenye cabinet, I appointed a number of young people to be deputy ministers. But my idea was make them deputy ministers, let them build experience. After some time, wazee wale tutawasogeza, hawa vijana watachukua nafasi. Ndio tulivyoingia. Mimi I became deputy minister at the age of 38. And then I became minister at the age of 40. In fact, I was 39 before becoming 40. Lakini unapata nafasi, and then through that give the opportunity. Usiseme tu kwamba unani uwezo wako wa uongozi haujajitokeza. Unajitokezaje kama humpi mtu nafasi? Lakini invest in your future. Na investing in your future is when you invest in your young people. TANU pale walipotuchukua sisi from university, we were just young people. They took about 25 of us. Kwanza akatupeleka kwenye mikoa. From there baadaye ndio wanaanza kutoa pale, wanakupeleka hapa, wanakupeleka hapa. Ngine tumezunguka tu mikoa mingi. Lakini that one itself was a training process. The investment that TANU made for us, we became national leaders after 30 years later. Ndio nyingine nayo pia msiwe na haraka sana. Have patience. Kwa sababu what hawa ni young people. Lowassa came from the youth league, went into TANU. Tulikuwa na kana Saidi Msangi, many of us, Kinana, we were together in the youth movement. Ana Makinda tulikuwa pamoja kwenye youth league. Sisi walipounda youth league ya CCM ya vijana ile youth league, sisi ndio tulikuwa baraza kula kwanza walipomeji ASP youth league na TANU youth league. Kinana, mimi, Ana Makinda, mkoa mmoja Azana Jabir marehemu, ndio tulikuwa wajumbe wa kwanza wa kamati ya utekelezaji ya taifa ya umoja wa vijana. So but this is the investment. So create an opportunity for young, a place where young people can learn. That's why baraza la vijana ni muhimu. That's why we created that institution. That's the baraza la vijana ni muhimu. Lakini to use your good offices. Work, mtafuteni atakaye kuja kuwa waziri wa vijana. Mwende mkamuone tu. Baraza unalianzisha lini? Unaona? Okay. Give them an opportunity. Lakini sio tu mpe opportunity. You also have got to organize yourself. And these days it is easier to organize than during our times.
Kuna swali hapa mheshimiwa, lakini utatuongoza ukiwa tayari kuondoka, sisi tutaendelea kuuliza tu. Sasa nitakuwa nachukua pia na maswali na nchi nyingine, other countries, yeah? So we have a swali from John from South Sudan. And John has a book that he also wants to give you if you can allow him. He wrote it.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. I'm John Yohannes from the land of great abundance, South Sudan.
Land of great abundance.
Land of great abundance.
What a name.
I'm John Johannes. My question is short, and plus I want to give you a copy of my book. What will be your top 3 advice to the current serving African presidents? Top 3 advices. And I want to give you the copy of my book. It is under the title, The Forgotten Youth of a Nation, a guidebook for young hustlers. I believe I'm a hustler, and I believe all those young people here are hustlers. We hustle to be represented. We are hustling for inclusion. So, Your Excellency, I want to give you a copy of my book, and I hope you will go through it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe I will take a picture.
Of course, you know, the people of South Sudan are always tall. So I do not want him to stand there and appear as if I'm taller than him.
And since John, you are one among the social media winners, you've gotten your photo already.
Okay, the question is the 3 things that I would tell sitting presidents. Mambo ni mengi. Govern well. Love your people. Be patriotic.
Do you have any question from Rwanda?
And the other one was about youth, eh?
No, he's just giving you his book.
Oh.
Yeah, The Forgotten
Well,
Youth of a Nation.
I wish you the best of luck, South Sudan. You know, there was a time President Salva Kiir spoke to me that the problem in South Sudan is the split within the SPLA, the SPLM. So he wanted army to assist. We brought your leaders here. We spent some time at Ngurudoto to bring them together to talk. And what I did was, because they were not talking amongst themselves, I said, the first thing is you talk among yourselves. If you are stuck, we'll be there to assist. Amazing. They were able to define their problems. They were able to define their solutions. And what we did is just to bring them onto the table to sign what they've been able to agree. Well, but I think there was a problem with political will. They agreed, and then they went back, fought again. But we really wish you well. We wish you every success. The newest nation to break it down a few months or a few years after independence, that's quite sad. Okay.
Any question from Uganda, Rwanda, or Kenya? All right, then I'll come here. So I'll take a male and a female.
Hi, Mheshimiwa.
Hello.
You spoke about something that really tickled me to ask more about it. And you said, shida wanawake hatupendani.
That's one of the problems.
Yeah.
Of course, that is one aspect that we have got to deal with it. But of course, there are social, cultural.
Exactly. So I wanted more from you about what do you think, what is the real problem while we have few female executives? Achana nao hata ambao wanaenda kuchaguliwa huko majimboni. Why do we have like few female executives? That's it. Asante.
Well, of course, the first thing is those in positions of appointment should also trust women. Unajua, when I became president, I had a lot of concern with fewer women in the judiciary system, the judges and magistrates. So I made a deliberate decision that whenever I do appointments of judges, when I get proposal of a woman, I would choose the woman first and then look for the man. That's why when I left office, Tanzania has the highest number of women judges because of that deliberate action. So you need to do that deliberately when you're in position of leadership in order to prop up women into leadership positions. That is one. When it comes to positions that are technical, technological, well, it's competence. But again, those who are in the positions of influence, positions of leadership, if we have to propel women, to prop up women into leadership, they have to take that deliberate decision that if there is a man and a woman vying for the same position, take a woman there, if with the competence. Of course, kuna baadhi ya viongozi tu hawaamini wanawake tu, ingawaje wameoa. So naweza kusema hilo tu. But I have seen that there are a number of women in executives, particularly in the banking sector. In the banking sector, I think in the banking sector there is a lot of trust in women. Sometimes wanawake ni waaminifu kidogo wanaruhusu wenye pesa hivi. Ukiwapa wanawake pesa inakuwa salama zaidi. Ukiwapa wanaume but as I'm saying, that asina moja jumlisha moja huja mbili jibu hapo. It all depends upon those who are in position of leadership to be conscious and to be conscious of the need for affirmative action. If affirmative action is not there, na hizi cultural na hizi tulizokuwa nazo hizi, ndio maana hizi cultural thinking zetu zina tabu sana. Women will always be kept on the background. Wanaume siku zote anatangulia mbele, wanawake wanakaa nyuma huko. Wanaume wanazungumza, wanawake wanakwenda kuambiwa tumesema. Sasa ina tabu, lakini hatutatoka huko kwa muda kwa it is not easy to change that one culture ile. Hivi utaimaliza kwenye Wamasai. Nani mwanamke wa Kimasai hapa? Wewe unaweza ukasema mbele wanaume wewe? Ndio.
Itakuwa napongezwa na malegwa nani wa Kimasai kwa hatua nilofikia kielimu. Kwa hiyo nafikiri jamii inaenda ikibadilika.
Okay. Hongera.
Mimi na kucompliment. Umefikia hatua gani wewe? Oh, fine. Aquatic. Aquatic.
Gender studies.
Gender studies. Okay, nizani aquatic sema sasa amekwenda kusomea samaki. Ingekuwa mapinduzi makubwa. No. Unajua mimi nasema hivi, wanastahili kukupa compliments. And time is changing. Time has changed. We're going to experience. One of the things that we did with hizi sekondari za kata. Also to promote equality in the country. Sio kwamba maana waliosoma wengi wako Uchagani, wako Uhayani, wako Unyakyusa. Sio kwamba hawa wana akili sana na Watanzania wengine wote hawana akili. The only that they got the opportunity.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Na walioleta elimu ni wamisionari. Wamisionari chose the places where the weather was good for them. Kule kwenye mavumbi kule ya Shinyanga kule was not favorable to them. Unasikia? Kwa ndio maana wamekuja Northern Highlands, wamekwenda Southern Highlands, na kule Kibukoba kule weather is good. Kwa hiyo tulipoanzisha sekondari za kata, where now in every ward there is going to be a secondary school. It created an opportunity for every part of Tanzania to have people who have access to secondary school education, and they would go beyond that.
Yes.
Tumeanza ile program. Tupoanza ile program, nifanya ziara mkoa wa Arusha. Tulikwenda pale Monduli, sehemu inaitwa Mti Mmoja pale. Au mtu wa Masai. They were organizing amongst themselves. Wewe una ng'ombe wengi, wewe utajenga, wewe mzee ndo la Iboni wewe na ng'ombe wengi, wewe utajenga the administration block. Nyinyi mtajenga madarasa. Tulikwenda Kitumbeine kule. Kitumbeine, I went to open a secondary school. Nimekuta wasichana wa Kimasai pale. Nilikuwa nawauliza, kama usingekuwa shule wewe ungekuwa wapi? Sasa angekwisha olewa. So we gave them an opportunity. Wewe usingepata opportunity ya kwenda shule, ungekuwa sasa mama watoto 4 5.
Yes. Yes.
So that's why education also is a liberator. Give opportunity to this. So those young girls, unasema, lakini ni zile circumstances tu kwamba sasa yuko pale kijijini na anaolewa, ni watu wa wazee wamekaa wamekubali tu mzee fulani na kwenda naoa mtoto. Na kuna achukua ndito anakwenda zake anaoa. So mimi nakupa compliments bwana. Tulihangaika kweli wakati mmoja hapa Dole Njola alipokuwa mkuu wa mkoa hapa. Pale Ngaresero ile kule Lake Natron kule. Kulikuwa na mzee mmoja pale kamtoa mtoto shule kamuoa. Tukasema bwana, hatukubali, huyo ni mtoto wa serikali. Wewe umekwenda kuoa serikali, huwezi kuioa serikali. Ile mzee akawa amepanda kule mlima Odonyo Lengai kule, akawa anaishi kule, anakimbia kule. So we have had those problems. Yes. Kwa hiyo unastahili compliments. Lakini natamani sana the Masai Nation yote iwe na muamko kama hawa Malaigwena na anakwenda kukupongeza wewe.
Amen. Yes.
Lakini mimi kule kwetu kule kuna Wamasai kule. Na mmoja rafiki yangu aitwa Majaliwa, amezaa mtoto wa kiume, akamwita Kikwete. Siku moja akaniambia, rafiki, hii mtoto hii anaitwa Kikwete, sasa isomesha wewe. Sasa na mimi napata problem, mtoto ameitwa Kikwete alafu akawa hakupata elimu. Nikamleta Longido huku kuja kusoma huku. Oh dear. Ongera sana bwana.
Ongera. Asante sana.
Kule kwa Wakuria kule. Hey. We built a secondary school pale. Tena wakaita jina Salma Kikwete Secondary School. Pale Nata Samuel. Nilikwenda kufungua ile shule. Wasichana 20 hawakuja. Hawakuja shule. Nikauliza wako wapi, washaolewa. Kwa hiyo sasa ndio matatizo kwetu tunayo hayo, na maana in leadership kama hakutakuwa deliberate efforts za kusupport women, watabaki nyuma. Huko kwenye makabila yetu huko. Kuna tabu kweli. Of course life is changing. Life is changing, makabila yana change. Hongera sana.
Asante. Hongera sana.
Post those photographs in the social media.
Kabisa. Kuna
give the caption kwamba here is a Masai, a young Masai woman, being congratulated, by Walaigwenan, lakini angalia, si mmoja hapa akapendekeza kukuoa. Akwambia nimekushaweka ng'ombe tayari.
Mheshimiwa, asante. That was the last contribution.
Well,
asante sana for your extra time. That was brilliant. Asanteni everybody. This was fantastic, and this is what we need. Shukran sana everyone. Exactly what we needed. Asanteni sana. Naombeni, come here running because you don't have time. There's an Angela from Angela Francis, Tanzania.
So
John Jonas.
Twitter. John has already taken a picture.
Okay. I want them to do it all together. DOT representative and TYVA representative. Njoni hapa kwa mpigo, pigeni picha, and then we call it a day. One representative, please. One representative, please. Okay.
Sasa hawa ndio wamefanya nini?
Hawa kulikuwa kuna campaign, nani anaweza kurusha hii event kwenye social media vizuri, ikaonekana kwenye Instagram. Kuna Angela Francis ambao ndo alikuwa na hits nyingi, kwenye Twitter John Jonas kutoka South Sudan, alafu organizational accounts TYVA na DOT ndo alipata nafasi ya kwanza kwenye social media. Asanteni sana.
Okay. Just no.
Kuna wengine amuonekani nyuma, huko nyuma mheshimiwa, tuko njoo huko kwa sala.
Yeah, hebu njoo nitoe mic. Hebu subiri.
Njoo kwa sala.
Okay. Njoo huko. Sogea, utaonekana, sogea huko. Sogea.
Na mheshimiwa, kwa sababu tunaongelea wanawake na special seat, naomba kumtambua Ngwasi Kamani. She just won special seats in Mwanza, and she joined the parliament for the first time.
Okay, mmeshamaliza picha? Fantastic. Asanteni kila mtu, makofi tena kwa mheshimiwa. Mheshimiwa, tunakukaribisha Dina. Kila mtu tunakaribisha Dina. Please come for dinner. Karibuni Dina, karibuni chakula cha usiku, karibuni.
Kwa Dina tafadhali tunaomba basi tukae chini kidogo. Tusikilizane, tunaomba tukae chini kidogo ili mheshimiwa atoke kwanza, sawa? Tunaelekea kula sehemu moja wote, tafadhali. Tusubiri kwanza. Tusubiri mheshimiwa atoke kwanza, alafu tukaelekea wote kula sehemu moja, lakini tunaomba tafadhali tusimzonge. Tuwe na heshima, tusimzonge tafadhali.
Hi, my name's Dennis Otieno, and I work for Shule Direct as a monitoring and evaluation manager. I also facilitate trainings at Ndoto Hub. So here at MSTCDC, we have partnered with DOT Tanzania to provide entrepreneurship training to 10 young innovative youths so that they can bring change in their communities.
My experience so far has been one of the most amazing experiences in the startup ecosystem ever since I got into such challenges. And what do I really mean here? I've gotten to meet some of the people I've always wanted to meet. I've met the founder of Mtabe, Given. He's a very wonderful mentor. I've shared with him. I've met Nyalandu, founder of Shule Direct, which has really given me lots of insights. I've also met so many other leaders here that are pushing me to engage into how to get Kano Africa in the Tanzanian market.
So we have been to different hubs. So there's one called Twende, there's one called Anza Tanzania, and there's one called Ubuntu. So these hubs are also hubs which are working in Arusha to help young people to bring changes in their communities in whichever innovative idea that they have.
So the upcoming summit, that's the ULEAD Summit. This summit is very amazing, it's very big. This is something that is putting together all the 6 East African countries. Now, pitching on a stage, I mean to a market that has got 6 countries right in front of you is like the most amazing thing for an upcoming startup founder like I am.
I would love to call upon youths to join in because it's going to be physical as well as virtual training. So I would love to welcome all the youths to join in all corners of the world.
I encourage anyone out there, you're a startup founder, you're an ecosystem beneficiary, find your way to get to participate in the ULEAD Summit.
And all together we're going to bring development in Africa.
Thank you.
Kitu buda. Peace and love. Kata. Lazima ingia. Umekata? Siambie wale wako live.